Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. So we're more than halfway there, hurrah, right? And this week, in week 6, you are going to be writing a listicle. Now some of you already wrote a listicle. You can write another listicle. You don't have to write a listicle for this one if you already have a listicle. You need at least one listicle. I'm saying listicle. You need at least one listicle on your blog. Listicles really are a powerhouse in long-form content writing. You see them everywhere. The New York Times uses them. I've seen them actually I saw one recently, something like the 5 key takeaways from the stimulus package or something like that. So occasionally you'll see them in a news article. You will see them in features in all publications. Obviously, like a BuzzFeed or Huffington Post, you're definitely going to see more. And the reason why they might have a little bit more of a bad reputation in something like BuzzFeed is there's not usually genuinely a whole lot of like meat and potatoes behind it. So like I always like to say, it's only clickbait if it doesn't deliver, right? And if it's taking you to some swampy site just to force you to painfully click through a slideshow and be bombarded with ads. So listicles are really good. Everybody uses them. Anybody who works in blogging, PR, feature writing, you absolutely must use listicles. And the other thing about listicles that are really great, besides really communicating a direct benefit to the reader, which is why they like them, people like to know, like, well, what am I going to get out of this? Well, you're going to get the 5 top mistakes that you don't want to make on your taxes, or you're going to get the 3 best reasons to do blah. Okay, so you do want to avoid things like the top 5 things, so avoid something like that. You always want to try to make it like a noun or, the 3, you can certainly use things occasionally if it really works, like the 3 best things that ever happened to me. But then but I always go back and you can always drill down and make it more specific, like the 3 luckiest episodes of my life or something like that. So, yeah, so you can do all of your blog posts as listicles. You can, but you have to have one. Some of you did a listicle for the first one. I started going through them. I see that many of you have posted your listicles, which is great, and they actually were due this past Sunday. And then your next one, and this is, so I've already so in other words, when you go on to week 6, this is the actual due date for, I pushed them all back to give everybody an extra week. So if you don't have your blog post in yet, please get it in. You can't just share it with me on Gmail. You must submit a link through the gradebook, or otherwise I can't keep track of you. Just to go back here, I also linked the resources here for you guys. In blog post 2, I want you to start following very basic AP. I didn't introduce it first because it can get a little overwhelming, but for like dates here, times. So you want to do time. What else? Oh yeah. If it's a number, spell it. Put the numeral in the title, and then in the text, spell out 1 through 9. Also, this first blog post, I will give you corrections for any writing errors or typos. I am a little disturbed to see that not all students always are checking the squiggly blue lines or the squiggly red lines on their Google Docs or their Word docs that indicate you've got a problem here. So you really need to do that. I am happy to, point out, okay, you didn't use a semicolon correctly. And then you really don't want to do that again, because then it will be points off. So the first time I read a blog and you're making mistakes, I'll tell you what you're making, and then you need to fix it. You'll still have to fix it anyway, but you'll get points off. So you don't want to do that. So I will give you those. Make sure you're following the basic AP guidelines, and I'm giving you these corrections within as well as within your blog post. And then you have this here. I'm also posting, what I usually do is I kind of look and see what some of the common errors are. And one of them I can tell you right off the bat is commas and periods go inside the quotation marks in American and Western writing. I do not know why American students don't do this. It's kind of befuddling, but you have to trust me. Commas and periods go inside the quote marks. Okay, and for single quotes too. And also, you don't use single quotes ever unless it's within a double quote. Only time you use single quotes is in a title. So you are also going to be using how to write the magnetic headlines. This is a terrific guide. Do not fight me on this. Trust me. Unless you've been trained in copywriting techniques for headline writing, most students do not know how to write headlines. Most writers who are really good writers don't know how to write headlines. You must use 2 headlines from the guide. Okay? So that is about your listicle. You have videos to show you how to post up. This is adapting your summary, and then down here there are posts about how to format. Wait, where are they? Wait, I can't find them now. Oh, wait, where are they? I will, oh, here they are. There are how-to videos in this. So it'll show you how to add categories, how to add tags. I will talk a little bit more about those next week as I talk about some of the blogging, drilling down. I actually talk about them in the videos, but I'll kind of refer to them again in a little bit of a different context. Okay, so that's it for your listicle. And make sure, even if you have full points, you must come and look in the grade book or at your Google Doc, because chances are there's going to be something that you're going to have to fix. Make sure you're using, make sure you're doing your subheads in HTML2 or 3. If HTML2 is too big, then use HTML3. And this way, this helps with SEO. This helps your keywords that are in your subheads also go out to the search engine. So it really does boost your search engine, and it also is for accessibility for screen readers, and it's also for scannability. So that is that, and I'll be back in another short video to just talk quickly about your campaign. And there we go.